Hello, good day to you. It's Talkin really, and today's story was in Disability News Service, and it refers to the Disability Confidence Scheme, which you will know about because I did a video about this a little while ago. It's a scheme that firms, businesses can apply to join, and what it means is that they are disability aware and they actively encourage disabled people to apply and work at their firm. Well, guess what? There's a firm that has basically replaced all of the disabled staff with, I'll give you a guess. Yes, you guessed it. They've replaced them with able-bodied staff. So this story was Disability News Service, and Disability Confidence firm replaces staff with non-disabled agency workers. So a company that bragged of being disability confident leader under the government's discredited employment scheme sacked more than 50 disabled staff when it fell into administration, and then hired mostly non-disabled agency staff to replace them. The workers were employed by Arlington Automotive, which took on nearly 180 disabled people 7 years ago when it bought the final 3 Remploy sheltered factories. Now, you all know that Remploy was a sheltered factory workplace for disabled people that they could go and work and earn some money, and of course it was a very safe environment for them because they were all disabled staff. Good or bad, it's up to you to decide whether segregation was a good thing or not in those days. I don't know. However, the scheme was run and it was very successful. But they were bought out by this firm, Remploy. They sold out to this firm a little while ago, and it now appears to have targeted disabled workers for redundancy, particularly those with learning disabilities. In May, just 2 months after the government put the country into lockdown, Arlington entered administration. And administrators for the company, which supplies companies like Jaguar Land Rover, blamed the move on the pandemic and announced more than 100 redundancies. It announced the closure of the Birmingham factory and job losses at the Coventry plant. A third Remploy factory in Derby was closed in July 2019. Told its staff at Birmingham and Coventry that Arlington would not be able to honour their redundancy agreements and that they would instead have to claim much lower levels of compensation through the government. At least 50 of those made redundant, and probably more, were disabled workers. For the former Remploy workers, they could now receive tens of thousands of pounds less than they were expecting, with one seeing his expected payment plunge from £75,000 to £16,000, which means that he won't qualify for benefits anyway. Despite the redundancies, Arlington is now taking on agency workers at its Coventry plant, in addition to the remaining 107 workers, to replace many of the long-serving disabled staff members they have made redundant, most of whom had learning difficulties. The company said yesterday that it currently had 9 agency workers at the Coventry factory, of whom only one was a disabled person. The GMB union said that all but one of its members were made redundant from the Coventry factory have learning difficulties. Not all of the 50 workers made redundant were GMB members. The GMB said that many workers were sacked over the phone. And in Birmingham, the disabled members of staff were escorted to their lockers by bouncers when they arrived to clear out their lockers of personal possessions. Jonathan Peasley, who had worked for Remploy and then Arlington for 31 years, said he was not very happy. I bet he wasn't, about the way he and other disabled workers had been treated. The warehouse operative who worked at the Coventry factory was a shop steward for GMB, said it was absolutely terrible that Arlington had replaced staff with learning difficulties like himself with non-disabled workers. GMB regional organiser Rebecca Mitchell said that GMB members with learning difficulties at the two factories, all but one, had been made redundant, but most of those who remain at the Coventry factory were not disabled. She said that this is some of the lowest behaviour we've ever seen from a firm, sacking disabled workers over the phone and then trying to take away their hard-earned redundancy payments. Arlington Automotive is pushing disabled workers into the gutter. She said that she was even more sickened by the behaviour when she was told by DNS that the company was a disability-confident leader. That means that they've taken extra steps to get the qualification. When the company announced the Disability Confident Award last September, it bragged that it clearly demonstrates Arlington's commitment to equality and diversity in the workplace. An Arlington spokesperson said that the bottom line is that we ensure disabled people and those with long-term health conditions have the opportunity to both fulfil their potential and realise their aspirations. What, to work in a bloody car factory? Yeah, right. It's something that Arlington has long since focused on and something that we will continue to champion. GMB is seeking advice on taking legal action against them for disability discrimination, unfair dismissal and failure to consult with the unions. Asked to confirm whether the union's claims were accurate, a statement issued through Arlington's administrators confirmed that some of the points were correct but declined to comment on others. The redundancy payment service will meet employee claims subject to the statutory limits in place, and any residual balances owed to the employees will be claimable in the administration process. In other words, they will get nothing. Given the extensive liabilities of the company and the fact that it is insolvent and has no funds, employee contractual claims are unlikely to be settled in full, as I said. So there we go. A big firm has decided to sack all of its disabled staff and pull in some able-bodied agency workers. Yep. Give your comments down below, and of course, come back for some more next time. Bye for now.